Hey gang, how's it going today? Patrick here. Well, the last time I did one of these little in between episodes on the actual play, I was reading off the names of all the Seneschal's command staff. Well, today I'm going to do something a little bit different because every game I have ever played, I have always, at the very least, cast my character. And if I've been the GM, I've cast, the major NPCs, the minor NPCs. That guy you pass in the hall on the way down to the transporter room. But I like it because I have, as the creator of the series and the producer and the writer and a bunch of other hats, I have an unlimited casting budget, and so do you. If you are playing RPGs, don't be afraid to, put famous faces. Most of you aren't. I know this already, but I just wanted to tell you, for those of you who struggle with that, roll with it. Revel in it. You have an unlimited casting budget, which includes a time machine. So if the actor you want is dead, may they rest in peace, and then you can go back into the past and pick them up and say, hey, how'd you like a job? They're actors. They'll say yes. I would love a job. With that being said, I am going to cast the characters, or at least some of them. I don't know if I'll get all of them done today. But I'm going to cast some of the characters in my Star Trek Adventures Captain's Log game. Starting, of course, with my PC, my main character, Captain Derek Marshall, who I picture as Kurt Russell circa Stargate in 94, in that ballpark. Because you look at pictures of him in Stargate from 1994, and he could be anywhere between 35 and 55. The man's got ridiculous genes. But Kurt Russell plays him. So as I start doing things with just imagine Kurt Russell, because I can afford him. My first officer, Commander Arlo. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. Let me get to the right page. Okay, there we go. I was reading notes on another project entirely, which didn't even really have anything to do with Star Trek. But anyway, Commander Tano Arliss. I hope you can see how I would get my tongue tied around that one. He's probably in the same age range as Captain Marshall. I figure they've known each other for a while. He's Bajoran, and I wanted a tough guy in that part because, well, sometimes you just need a tough guy who can take a punch. And one of my favorite actors, who left us many, many years ago, but they didn't make him any tougher than Robert Mitchum. Don't believe me? Go find some of his output from the late 40s and early 50s. Good-looking guy. You don't want to mess with him. He's scary sometimes. So Tano is going to be played by Robert Mitchum. Now my communications officer, Lieutenant Commander Tina Mae Nichols. Interesting fact about me. Most of you know this already, but in case you don't, probably my very first crush was Nichelle Nichols as Uhura in Star Trek. And, she passed away last year. And when I finally decided that I was going to need a communications officer separate from, operations, I wanted to name her Nichols. Because it's the little things. And I figured I'd use another actress that I've got a huge crush on. And that would be Halle Berry. Now we start getting into the ones. Well, I've got one more that I had kind of in mind. My Illyrian Chief Science Officer, Lieutenant Commander Gaia Chadwick. And I saw her my first exposure to Susanna York was in Superman the movie. And then I went and started finding other things that she was in. And she was pretty and kind of tough, looks very intelligent, and she is really who I had in mind for Gaia once I started thinking about what she can do. She's an Illyrian. I've decided that she can mostly pass for human. I mean, not that it's a big deal in the 32nd century. I figure they finally got past the whole genetic engineering thing after, hundreds and hundreds of years. But if she needed to, she could mostly pass for human. I'll kind of save it for later, but I know what some of her mods are. But let me write her down. And now we've got the great 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 more to go. Kelpian Chief Engineer. Male Kelpian does not have to be as tall as Doug Jones. Kind of want to get away from, necessarily going with Doug Jones for all creature. Love Doug Jones, but he's impossibly tall. I've met him. Great guy. Fantastic actor. Wonderful human being. About my height. Maybe a little taller. Which anybody who knows me is going to tell you, oh, that's kind of spooky. Who do we want to... Because they're going to be under an awful lot of makeup, so we want to have somebody fairly expressive. Haven't seen a whole lot of different skin tones on Kelpians, so maybe some of the olivey or a brown cast. We'll get back to that in a minute. Someone will occur to me, I'm sure. Now, Tevis Jalrock. He is my Tellarite Chief Flight Controller. He is the primary pilot of the Seneschal. I'm picturing kind of a younger guy. I think the character's a little bit of a speed demon, a little reckless. Who is the kid who played in... Hold on a second, I'm looking something up. Don't want to leave you hanging. The movie. There it is. Okay, who played the little brother in Speed Racer? That was. Really? Did I make this difficult on me? Who played the little brother? IMDb, you're letting me down. Cast and crew. Cast. Do. Seriously? Paulie. Paulie Litz played Spritle Racer. There we go. He's grown up by now, but I liked the attitude. So we're going to go with him. I like the attitude he had in Speed Racer. Okay. Dr. Shafir. They are, of all things, a non-binary Khazinti. And this may be typecasting. I don't know. But I don't think we've ever seen this person in full cat makeup. But they have an interesting voice, which is and very intelligent eyes, which are the two main things I think I'd be getting out of the Doctor and guy, girl, we don't know, but Tilda Swinton. Okay. Now, casting a half Saurian, half Gorn female. Mostly what we need is a voice, and I want, as much as I want Sarah, the half Gorn, half Saurian security chief of the Seneschal, to look fierce. I want kind of a disparity, like you get with Rock Talk on Star Trek Prodigy. Big, hulking, dangerous, knows she's dangerous, sounds like a 12-year-old. So, sweet-natured until she has to go to work, and then she's terrifying. So, I need to think of a voice there. If I don't come up with something by the end, leave me a comment. Let me know. Tell me what you think. Kala, our Barzan Chief of Operations. There was somebody. Hold on a second. I'm looking again. I would pause this, but it would drive the system crazy. And since on my phone I don't really go back and edit these things, okay. No idea who this woman is. But her name is Bahar Sumek. She is an Iranian-American actress, best known for her roles in Crash and the Saw franchise, none of which I've seen. But she looks intelligent. She's not gonna lie, she's pretty. So let me write that down. Huh. Got a male Talaxian counselor, Dr. Maxer. Now I envision this guy being younger. You know, like Julian Bashir young in his 20s, fresh out of school. Hasn't been doing this long, but oh, who would be good? Who do I like for that part? Yeah. See, this is what happens when you brainstorm on camera. You look kind of foolish sometimes. Okay. You know, smaller guy. I went with Michael J. Fox. Uh, you know, Family Ties era. Young, bright. Uh, Alarmingly looks far younger than he actually is, which I think he might have a problem with, or he might not. It might not be a big deal for Talaxians. It might be one of his favorite counseling techniques, is just catch him off guard because he looks so young. All right, so I've got 8 out of 10 characters cast. Dovar. Um, oh goodness. Someone with some gravitas. I'd like maybe an older guy. Because let's see. Goodness gracious. I really like the idea of oh gosh. Ooh. Oh, please forgive me. You know, leave me a message. I don't have an actor for that yet, but while I was doing this, the thought crossed my mind. I've been watching a lot of Penn and Teller's Fool Us lately on YouTube, and I like the idea of Allison Hannigan as my security chief's voice. So that leaves the one part, and like I say, leave me a comment. Who are older, wiser male Kelpian chief engineer might be played by? Leave me a note. If I think of something along the way, I will for sure bring it up in a real episode. Probably gonna do the first narrative bit and get up to a point where we need to start looking for tasks to roll, get our situation introduced so we can get ready to move on to a new scene. But for right now, I'm going to drop this. I'm hoping that I've managed to deal a little better with the sound of my air conditioner, because it's a beautiful day and I'm sitting out on my patio enjoying it while I record this. Guys, go enjoy your weekend. Appreciate you coming by. I will talk to you the next time. Another thing I'm probably going to be recording, maybe not today, but tomorrow, is the celebration piece for 100 subscribers, which I owe you guys and have owed you for several days now. We're in the 120s, high 120s, pushing 130. Need to start thinking about what I want to do for 200 subscribers, but let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Live long and prosper, guys. Have a great weekend. I will talk to you again soon.